All right, Blue Butterfly. So this is a starseed reading. I'm going to do one of these every month. So in the beginning of every month, we're going to do an in-depth starseed reading to cover that whole month timeline, right? And what you guys are specifically having to work through, the information that you need to know. Because those of you guys that are on a mission and why things are occurring in your life because you are on that mission. Then we're gonna do one towards the end of the month where it's not gonna be as long as um the first reading, right? So this is the second one that I'm doing for this month. So this one is just gonna be like kind of like a check-in on where you are, what you're needing to do, and whatever spirit wants you to know. And then after this, we're gonna do some more zodiacs. And then we'll do a reading for the creatives. So bear with me as we are going through these changes. And I'm sorry, y'all, I haven't been on here as much because it's been a busy week. It's been a busy week. See, we be going from being slow and dead to moving fast real quick. And that's how this journey goes. Like, it's not that you're stagnant. Sometimes you just need to be at a pause because of what else you have to take care of and where you're growing. But you're going to still keep going and growing and transforming, right? Hi, Celine. Celine. Look, I already did your reading and I forgot how to say your name. Celanese. Ooh, oh my God, why did it come out like that? Damn. I was trying to shuffle and then they like, but anyways, maybe something unexpected is going to happen where it comes at you, right? Like when unexpected things come at us, we don't expect it. So that was definitely unexpected. All right, let's try again. Holy Spirit, angel guides, what do we have for the star seeds? So we have Soul Voyage. And we're going to work on getting a mic soon. I've just been looking into the best type of mics that are out there because I'm still on my phone. So it's like I'm kind of good with technology, but not that great with technology. But we're upgrading, you guys. I tell you, I invest in it. I hear y'all. All right. So we have Soul's Voyage. Embrace your journey between lives, understanding it shapes your current existence. So with this energy is embrace every part of your journey, whether it's good, bad, happy, sad, low, high. That is just how life works, right? So whenever you get into a mode where you feel stagnant or things aren't moving, you're not stagnant. You're supposed to be in that part. Things aren't supposed to move because of what you're learning in that moment. So change your perspective on how you look at life and how you shift, right? You're supposed to change, you're supposed to evolve, and life is gonna make you change, make you evolve. It's just like sometimes when you're stuck in a cycle, in a situation that you want to get out of, but if you're not making those changes and you're stuck there, you're still gonna eventually move from it because you're gonna get tired of being there. So sometimes you just haven't gotten tired yet, right? And once you get tired, then you'll make those necessary change and then you will shift. But that tiredness, when you're not tired yet, you're going to keep getting hit after hit, tower moment after tower moment, because it's forcing you, but you have to want it at the same time. You get me? So nothing is by accident. That's what that means. It's like everything that's happening in your life is for a reason, even if it seems slow. So embrace your journey between lives because you've been here already, right? You've certain things, it's like when you have deja vu, it's just memories. And sometimes it's like you seeing into the future, it's familiar because you've been here already. So certain cycles you kind of like are experiencing all over again because you need to break it. So it traveled into this lifetime from the past lifetime. So you're in between these lives where it's like certain things you're finishing out that you didn't finish in your last lifetime, right? So if you had a mission to, like, typically it's that vision that you see in your mind. You already started creating that in your last lifetime, but you didn't get to finish it. But you still had to break those cycles. So it continues in here. And that vision you're trying to get into is because you're still breaking that pattern from that last lifetime, because you're meant to create it in this lifetime, right? And it's the same thing when you die and you leave this lifetime and you come back, you're going to be finishing whatever you built. So it's a continuous thing, but enjoy the journey, because you are going to be everything you want to be. And we honestly all go through the same thing. In the past life, you could have been a man, you get me, and then you was born a woman, or vice versa. So it's like, and maybe you've already experienced being in same-sex relationships, maybe, like, but we all experience the same thing. It's just that it just looks differently because of how we grow on our journey. That's how our soul evolved, right? Hi, Tatiana. Hi, Vincent. Hey, everybody. I knew what you meant, girl. And then we have understanding it shapes your current existence. So what you are becoming, what you're going through is shaping you, right? And when I be bringing up myself, it be because I be trying to relate it to the fact that a lot of you guys have seen me go through my own transformation. You guys have seen me go through my changes live, right? Because from where I started to where I am now, it's an evident transition. It's an evident transformation. And that's the same way you guys are going to be. If you keep moving through and going on your journey, you're going to transform. And it seems like, oh, this just happened overnight, but it didn't. It was always leading up to that final transformation. But there's no real final transformation. We're going to be transforming until we die. We just get to a certain place where we've seen this vision and we wanted to become this person, and now we're there, right? And then we have silence speaks. In silence, find the deep wisdom of your being. So sometimes you need to literally just withdraw your whole energy from everybody, everything, and hear your own thoughts, hear your own voice, and connect to your higher self, right? Because you already have all the answers. You don't need somebody else to give it to you. Everything else should just be a confirmation outside of you. So even when you're listening to these readings, they're confirmations of what you already know. So it should just help encourage you, inspire you to develop in what you already know. You're being guided. Everything is a guide. You get me? And we all guide each other. So the same way you guys need me to show up for you to confirm what you already know, the same way I need you guys' support to keep me inspired, to keep me going. So it's always an energetic experience wherever you're going, whatever you're tapping into, whoever you're tapping into. And a lot of what you're learning on your soul's voyage is understanding yourself, understanding others, and what you actually connect to, what you agree with, what you don't, right? Because you're still cleansing out the programming, and what you think of yourself and your expectations and all of those things. But sometimes people will inspire you to change, and you'll adapt to certain things that inspire you. And then there's certain things that you're like, I'm done with this. This is not what I actually truly want. This is not what I believe in. That's okay. That's supposed to happen. So then you begin to find your true soul tribe, because now you're understanding and learning, like, as I develop, I'm meeting people who are on my frequency, and I'm leaving people who are not on my frequency, because we no longer bond. We no longer connect. But that's because your soul is growing and your soul is trying to get to the destination. And like I said, this reading is for starseeds. So these are for people who have a deeper understanding, a deeper knowing, a deeper insight into what this journey is truly about, because you know that it's more than just love. You know that it's just more than life treating you unfair. It's more to that. And it's like, why am I going through this, really? Right? It's so that you can understand and remember who you are, so you can now begin to do your mission, or you can fulfill your mission. So when things aren't happening for you, like you want love, but love isn't here yet. It's because you're still learning through that experience, and you're learning more and more how to love yourself so that you can pour that out, because that is what you're here for. You're here to give. Star seeds give, and a lot of them create things that are different, right? Because you guys have more of a DNA where you come from the stars. It's like, I'm thinking about that song by SZA and Kendrick Lamar. Is it called Star? Let me see. That song is in my head and I can't think about the words, but Kendrick Lamar, you guys listen to it. And SZA, All the Stars, right? I feel like that's, let me see the lyrics before I say what I'm trying to say, cause, hold on. All the Stars, lyrics. Like, they're star seeds, right? But they're in the entertainment business, so making music has so much influence over people. It can make you feel related, and you know that feeling you get when you listen to music and it takes you into another energy, another realm. Y'all have that same ability, that same power, right? It's not about being an influencer where you want everybody to be like you, and no, it's your influence is to help other people rise into their power. That's what star seeds that's what star seeds do. Okay, this may be the night that my dreams might let me know all the stars approach you, all the stars approach you, all the stars approach you. This may be the night that my dreams might let me know all the stars are closer, all the stars are closer, all the stars are closer. So it's that part specifically that is popping up in my head, right? Because as star seeds find out who they are, they're now aligning to other star seeds. And now that energy, when you're connected to that energy, is so empowering, right? So it's like, just imagine a room full of star seeds. They know who they are, they know why they're here, their mission, and they're in their power. That room is just full of powerful people, and it's keeping you in your energy flow, and then keeping you motivated and excited, and like encouraged and inspired. Because if you have to carry that by yourself, then that becomes a lot of weight that's heavy, and you don't feel as inspired, because now you're trying to fight off the energy of encouraging your own self to push through, because the world is already heavy, right? So it's not a job that you do alone, it's a job that you do with others, but you have to know who those people are. Those are the people meant to be in your friendship group, your circle, that you're meant to connect to. Some people that come in, they are your soul, they're your soul child for a temporary amount of time. They're not meant to go all the way with you. They're just there so you guys could teach each other lessons. And then your true soul tribe will come in, just kind of like the same concept I talk about with twin flames. And then you meet your true twin flame, and then you leave that energy, and then you move into counterparts, and then you meet your true counterpart. You get me? There's your true tribe, right? So everything you're going through, again, it's for a bigger and greater purpose. So find time to be alone at times, and tap into yourself, because you have all the answers, right? And when you're too connected to people, especially when they are in a place that you've already healed from. Hi, Glory. Hi, Fari. Yeah, all the stars are closer. And when you connect to people who are in karmic cycles and you've already outgrown that, it's going to bring you down. I'm doing good, thank you. It's going to bring you down. So it's not you being mean, but it's you. And it doesn't mean you have to cut those people off, but you have to know who, like, those places to put those people in your life, because it's like you'll end up taking on their energy, their karmic energy, and now it's going to stagnate you, right? So it's like you have to keep going forward. You have to keep growing. That's why it's important for you to learn who you are and keep choosing yourself so you can run into those other star seeds that can keep you inspired, encouraged when you're down, because you are going to be pulled down and distracted, right? What else, Holy Spirit, angel guides? I'm from Houston. I'm from Houston. That's where I am right now. Where are you guys from? Drop your locations. We have review. You may feel disconnected or uninspired, unable to see the opportunities around you. Take time to reflect on what you truly desire. A shift in perspective can reveal the gifts already present in your life. So again, some of you guys need to come into hermit mode so that you... Thank you, John. You could take your own advice. I don't need Jesus. I have my relationship with the Creator. And that's all that matters. London, Seattle. Oh, wow. That is so cool. For real, Billy. He needs Jesus, right? Or Orlando in the house. All right. Hi, 67. Or 67. Ooh, thank you, football. New York. Okay, fire. No, I will not marry you. Virginia. Oh my God, you guys are all over representing. I love that. I love that. Thank you, Billy. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Pragu? Pragu? Republic here. Okay. Tatiana. New York. Period. I'm in Houston, Texas. But I was raised in California, and I'm originally from Belize. So I am foreign. I'm a Belizean. Well, I guess everybody's foreign in a way, right? If you go to another country, you're going to be foreign. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know if you... I think you're talking about Cali. Yeah, Cali. Be careful out there. But anyways, let me get back to the reading. Thank you guys for dropping your locations. All right, so there's a shift in perspective that's trying to come in, right? Because this is what's going to help you figure out your path. Some of you guys are still trying to figure out your path. You're still waking up to who you truly are. Your life is different. You know it's meant to be different. You know that you are different, right? And it's not because you try to be weird or you try to stand out, because, you know, over time that the weird vibe has become a trend. But you're different when this is who you've always been. People always told you were different. People always told you, like, you just never seem to feel like you fit in, right? Those people typically are star seeds. They're not supposed to fit in. They're supposed to stand out. And because you don't fit in, you feel like something's wrong with you and you need to blend in a little bit more. But it's like, no, it doesn't mean now you need to blend in. It means that you don't fit in because you have something to offer the world that's different. The world needs that. That's why it's important for everyone to be authentic, love themselves, show up as they authentically are, and allow themselves to change and transform, because you're not supposed to be like everybody else. You're supposed to be different. And that's how we make the world really beautiful, when everybody's different, because they have something to add to it, right? If everybody is the same, like, that's a boring world to live in. That's how we exist as God. We're all God. So when we're not in the flesh and we're in spirit, we are all one. There's no separation. The separation is an illusion. So that's why this was created, like the Matrix, life, earth, because we got bored being God and always in a constant state of knowing. So why not create a place where you can lower yourself and forget who you are, and then remember who you are and discover yourself all over again? You get what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't God do that? Why wouldn't God do that to have some fun? So it's like, be who you are. Tap into that blueprint of who you are, because that blueprint is it only exists in you. Even though we're all the same, we're all still different at the same time. And that's such a beautiful thing in life. That's the duality of life, the polarity. It's like you can be the same thing and different all at the same time. Well, this is actually real because I'm blind. So these are prescriptions. I cannot see without my glasses. Thank you, TY. All right, y'all. So let's get into a little bit of tarot. Ooh. I'm glad we don't have too many trolls in here, so that's good, right? Wait, no. We have one more, and then we're going to get into tarot. We have awakening. Look, it's 10:10. We have unexpected changes are shaking your foundation, clearing the way for growth. Though it feels chaotic, this is an opportunity to rebuild stronger. Trust that this awakening will bring clarity and deeper alignment with your purpose. Okay, so now I know where you guys are at. You guys are in that place where it feels like... No, I don't give tarot classes. It feels like it's something that I will do in the future, you guys, but everything takes time. Because for me, it's like I just got my collective, right? So, and I've only been doing tarot for 3 years. I just moved very quickly. So it's so much that I'm still getting adjusted to. It's one of them things where it's like, you got to take care of home before you can take care of like something else. You get me? So it's definitely gonna come in the future, but it's not right now. Right now I just have to help build up the collective as much as I can as I'm building myself, because I'm still building me, right? I'm doing this work with y'all. But I would say maybe in about the next 2 years I'll be able to give out classes. Oh, I'm happy that I inspired you, Paige. But you guys definitely should tap into tarot. Like, I mean, for me, I learned tarot. I read the book, and then I looked at the meanings, and then I started learning how to trust my intuition. The biggest part of tarot is trusting your intuition. Don't try to be like anybody else's, like how they read it, because if you try to, you're going to need to depend on their energy to be able to trust your intuition. You have to focus more on what your intuition is telling you. And like, there's certain things you can take what applies to you, like in how other people read the cards. But the biggest part is trusting your own intuition and how spirit is guiding you to read the energy, right? Once you get your intuition down pat, the tarot is going to be easy. So, and then you'll be gravitated towards different type of drawings, art, illustration, all of that. And it becomes easier. But for me, I just started learning how to, like, I had to go on my own journey, and I had to find the confidence in it, in reading for the collective, and trusting that the insight I was given is true, because other people have different opinions, so you can't let those opinions sway you. And then I was able to see, okay, what spirit is telling me, how spirit is telling me to lead the collective, and the insight and information that I'm getting, even if it's different or it sounds different from what mainstream is telling you. And then seeing it over time, building up to, okay, this is what it is. So it takes time. It takes a lot of time. I don't do personals on live, Shanti. Hi, Creole. But yeah, once you watch it and you see the cards, it'll come to you. It'll naturally come to you. That's how I learned. The person that I really learned the art of storytelling in tarot is Kate Regretless Life. And I always give her credit, because she is like my fairy godmother. She didn't teach me. I just watched her and I loved it. It was just like, oh my God. It helped me learn what questions to ask. It helped me learn how to navigate the energy and to get clear on how I was trying to help the community rather than just reading energy. It was like, But I also learned that I was a psychic. Everyone that reads tarot isn't a psychic. So once you learn your abilities, it's gonna flow into the tarot just naturally, right? But I will, you guys, in the future. That's just future. That's future. All right, let's see what we got. Now that we have the overall energy. Okay, so what else do we have for the star seeds? What do they need to know at this time on their journey? What do they need to know? Ooh, okay, so you guys in this storyline, and take it as a resonate, you know, you don't, I read past, present, future, so it's always the beginning to the end. It can be current energy for you, those of you guys beginning. It could be past energy for you guys that are farther along on your journey, but it's still the same collective. So we have in the past, there was a lot of pain, heartbreak, separation from a soulmate, right? But someone just experienced a whole lot of loss in general. Someone could be experiencing that in this moment. And this stems all the way to childhood. Someone feels like their life was always experiencing loss. It's like always being someone who could have always been picked on, right? And the message that I'm getting is like it traveled into adulthood. So that's, it's like an energy, that same energy was always following somebody, where it's like unfair things happening, you know, somebody being singled out. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and we have the Five of Swords. So with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like someone didn't want to be independent. This has to do with codependency. And someone didn't see themselves as an empress or divine, right? And it's like, sometimes we're like that when it's like, we have no idea about this is a whole nother life, right? When you really awaken to spirituality and you go on that journey, it's a whole nother life. You don't see life the same way anymore. But when you are underneath the programming, you're not really connected to yourself spiritually. Even if you go to church, that don't make you spiritual. Like, you get me? But you can think that that's what it is, because you're still underneath another programming, because church is also a programming. It's, if you don't, it's nothing wrong with going to church, but you have to already be an individual. You have to already have your own mind going to church, because people will tell you how to live, and you will think that that's how you're supposed to live, but that's man telling you how to live, not God. Even if they're telling you that this is what the Bible says, if you read the Bible for yourself, you'll get different interpretations, and different interpretations at different points in your life, because it's going to hit you differently. So we think we're single-minded, we think we're an individual, but we're not. We have been programmed to think a certain way. So people think they're independent because they make money and they could pay bills. That's not what all it is to be independent, is to have an individual mind. Like, you know what you want for your life and who you are. You see, when people come in here and tell me, oh, I need Jesus, and da-da-da-da, they're judging me. But don't the Bible tell you do not judge? So who are you to judge me? How do you know I don't have a relationship with Jesus? Just because I'm showing up in a way that you don't like? But if I'm weak-minded, I could let that control me and stop me from doing tarot. You get what I'm saying? Because now I'm letting other people's belief system dictate how I show up, what I do, how I feel. Tell me about my connection with God. So people are going to judge you. People are going to interpret you however they want to. You got to be authentic to you, and you have to have your own mind. So I feel like someone wasn't strong-minded. Someone was weak-minded, not really independent. So they would always feel conflicted. Five of Swords. They never dreamed of being this empress, right? Or even being with an emperor. So it comes from a lack mindset. And I feel like the awakening now is happening, that, you know what? I can be an empress, or I can be an emperor. I can be different. Who's to tell me that I can't be this or I can't be that? And I can be someone who's with somebody who's powerful, an empress or an emperor. Like, I don't have to settle for where I've been or this box that people have put me in. But again, this is someone who's experienced so much loss that it's like life has been so unfair. But now this is where their journey is beginning, because they're being pushed to come outside of their own box, to come outside of their own this world that was like, I like to say, like, we can't control what we were born into, but we can control what we become, right? So it's like, for me, I was born in third world country. You know, we didn't have much, but in our spirit, in our energy, in our mindset, we were always rich, because it wasn't about like how we dressed or how we looked physically, or how much we had. We was so family oriented. Neighbors come home after work, you invite them in, strangers, to eat food that you cooked. We cooking on, we don't have stoves, we put in fire together, wood, you get me? But those things make you grateful. Like, we outside, we don't have a washer and dryer, we scrubbing on the scrubbing board, washing clothes in the pan, hanging them outside in the hot sun. Like, sometimes we would even let our food cook out in the hot sun. There's fruits on the trees for you to grab. So it's like, it's a state of mind. Then you come to America and everybody's in competition of how good you look, and do you have this and do you have that. But it's like, I was always rich in spirit. You get me? I have beautiful clear water that I walk to, like, barefoot, just relaxing in the water. Like, you don't got to pay for so much things that should be free, because the love was there. The love was there, right? So our state of mind can make us feel like we're either rich or we're poor. But again, it's like, if you let people put that onto you, you will feel less than. And I feel like this person, they were born into something where they experienced a lot of loss. They didn't have much, and that's okay. But you can create a different reality for yourself. So it doesn't matter where you started, it's where you choose to finish. You could sit there and cry and be like, whoa, me, my life is so sad. Or you can actually begin to make changes that you're inspired by, because you have the ability to create it. That's what makes you God, is that the fact that you are a creator. And it tells you that in the Bible, right? If we want to go into the Bible, you're made in the image of God. So you have power. You might, even if you think it's limited, like, it's not no magic stuff like that, but it's your willpower. That is your power, is your willpower. And your willpower comes from your mindset. So how bad do you want it? And I feel like this is what this person is awakening to. It's like, I can change my life. I can have a different outcome. It doesn't matter where I started. It doesn't matter. So I love that. And I feel like this person is destined to be in an Empress-Emperor relationship in the future, right? They can have this. They can have this. This is meant for them. So this is their individual journey to tap into their power. But you guys know I do a lot of the readings on the counterparts. So, and we've been reading about their own individual journey. And for some of you guys, those are future readings, right? Because it's meant for you to have. But you first have to go on this journey, figure out who you are, balance out yourself. Because we have Temperance in the reverse. Somebody's not happy, right? Somebody have anger issues too, where it's like, it's hidden. I feel like somebody is very nice. They're always smiling, they're always giving, they show up like everything is okay on the surface. They're used to being that way, right? This is a beautiful person, but this person deep down on the inside, they are angry. They're upset with the way that they've been treated, but they just hide this really well. They want to be happy. They want more out of life. They want to be successful. We have Six of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Ten of Cups, Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups, Three of Pentacles again, and Ace of Swords. Ooh, wait, what's behind that? And the Three of Swords again. So for some of you guys you're not happy in a relationship. Some of you guys have been in a relationship, a long-term relationship, and you've given it so much time to be successful, but you're tired because it's not going the way that you want. And it's like you've been living the image lifestyle of, I'm supposed to be with this person, I have this person, I don't want to leave because then I have to start over, and then I look like a failure to the world. But in reality, it's like, this is not your real true desire. So it's the karmic cycle. So some of you guys are in karmic energy, meaning that you are the karmic to somebody. It does not mean you're not divine. It just means you're in a karmic cycle. So that makes you a karmic until you can break out of that and start stepping into your divine energy, right? Because staying in a relationship that is not making you happy, that's not what you truly desire, that's you being a karmic. That's you not having self-worth. That's you lacking. Because once you know who you are, what you bring to the table, you're not going to settle for less than you deserve. And that's you stepping into your power, right? But that's something that has to rise. We rise in love. We don't fall in love. When we fall in love, that was an accident. There was no control over it. When we rise in love, now we begin to choose what we want to give our time and our energy to, because we know what we're deserving of. So we're not going to have our time wasted. We're not going to put ourselves in places that we don't really want to be, and we're not going to be afraid to walk away when it doesn't serve you or doesn't make you happy because of what the world thinks about it, right? So someone's true wish is to be in a happy, fulfilling, loving Two of Cups, and they're now wanting to walk away from what they've been stuck in. But this definitely is going to have to be a fight. This is not going to be something easy. This is now the bridge between leaving that old life behind and beginning that new one. But in order to have this new life, it does not mean it's going to be easy. It's not going to be, it's not going to be, it is going to be difficult, because you're going to think about it like this. It's like you're killing your old self, right? So in order for you to have the new life with the Empress and the Emperor energy, you have to, the old you have to die, the things you settled for, the things you thought you wanted, who you thought you wanted, because that version of you needs to leave in order for you to be this new version or this new version. And then that will attract that person to you. So I feel like someone's in the in-between of what I want and where I am. And now I have to make that choice of knowing that this is going to hurt losing this, but I will be so much more happier. But now I have to go on this journey to build myself up to have this. It's going to take time, right? But but because this is for star seeds, and it's meant to be, they're meant to be in an Empress-Emperor relationship, these two are going on their own individual journey. And when they run into each other and they meet, they're still going to have work to be done, but both of them are meant to be a power couple. And then there's the work that they have to do individually, where they have to become balanced and whole within themselves, and together. When they're finally whole and complete in themselves, they come together, and then they start their star seed mission together. You get it? And that's going to resonate with the people who know that they're meant to be more. They're meant to like give the world something of themselves. So this is who these readings are for. So right now, someone just needs to make that decision and know that they can have it. It's there waiting for them, but it's going to take time. It could even take a couple years, but it's because you have to do that inner work. And that's what the shadow work is about, right? So that's what I have for you guys with Butterfly on Star Seeds. If you guys want to book personals, my personals focus on your shadow work. It focuses on the healing aspect of your journey, right? And I don't take questions because I'm a direct channel from Spirit to you guys. So it's literally what Spirit wants you to know. and it's going to resonate with you as such. All right. And yeah, that's what I have for you guys. If you guys do want to book, the link will be in the bio. And there's no pressure to book. I'm not trying to sell y'all something. I'm trying to help y'all. So if y'all need the help, the guidance, the assistance, it's always there. All right. But I love you guys, and I will see you guys soon, because we're going to get into the zodiacs right now, and then we'll do a creative reading later on.